This is the Zero Tolerance 0640. It is a collaboration with Emerson Knives and Ernest Emerson. It is a contemporary production interpretation of his classic and much coveted Spec-Ware Knives Viper 3, a nearly 4-inch clip point blade that looks a lot like this, with a handle silhouette that looks a lot like this. And well, I'm really happy that Zero Tolerance brought this design to the hoi polloi, because unless you are a hardcore collector of Emerson knives, you are not going to have a Viper 3, and it's not going to be available readily to you. But this is. So if you're willing to fork out whatever it was, the $240 to buy this, you could have the Viper 3 design as well in hand. So how is this knife? Well, I have 6 Zero Tolerance knives left in my ZT sub collection. I've gotten rid of a number of them. They've all been great, but I just have kept the ones that I carried, and 3 of the 6 are the Emerson collaborations. I'm a big fan of Emerson. Anyone who watches this channel knows that. But also, people talk about the golden age of Zero Tolerance, and they're super robust and hard use knives. And then when they started getting dainty with some of their stuff, people got a little upset. It never bothered me. I thought their dainty stuff was stout for dainty, you know. The quality never really went away. But to me, these Emerson collaborations, where are the others? Here they are. The 30, or this is the 20, the 0620, the 0630, and the 0640. These are really the best, I think, of what Zero Tolerance has to offer. You have acclaimed designer collaboration, you have a great design, and you have really stout build. Really, I mean, these Emerson knives are those hard use, ubiquitous hard use, not ubiquitous. What's the word I'm looking for? Well, they are those hard use knives. Proverbial, I think that's the word that everyone talks about. They really are, but they maintain a beauty and a usability and a carryability without going too far into the giant, chunky, broad, and fat knives that ZT can tend towards. And actually that they have not been tending towards, and that's what people have been complaining about. So all 3 of these, by the way, have aftermarket micarta scales on them, because the 0620 and 30 came with dreadfully boring, and you don't hear me use the word dreadfully often, dreadfully boring black G10 handles that just had barely a little milling in it. It's like they shouldn't have even bothered. And I was lucky enough to find these, bought them, and I'm sorry, I can't remember who I bought these from, so I'm not gonna try and remember who it was. But they're beautifully done, and they really dress these knives up nice. Now this, the 0640, comes with a Split Pea Soup carbon fiber. That's what I called it. It's a green and black carbon fiber, and a lot of people complained about how ugly it was, and I didn't. I thought, this is good for carbon fiber. This is cool for carbon fiber, but it was still that sort of regular weave carbon fiber, and I'm just not very fond of that in terms of looks. So I sought out and purchased this natural tanned canvas micarta scale set, and they fit beautifully, and they really oh, excuse me, they really give this knife a great heft and grip. Not heft as in heaviness, but in terms of solidity. It just makes them feel more solid than those Split Pea Soup carbon fiber scales did. This has a very sharp 20 CV blade. Very sharp because I made it that way. It was sharp, you know, ZT sharp, but it was pretty, I don't know, it felt like a pretty obtuse angle there. So I worked on it a bit, and it's nice and sharp. I wouldn't mind having this freehand done by, your Jared Neve or someone well, Jared Neve, he put an awesome edge on this. So I might end up doing that, but I might end up doing that to all of my knives. 20 CV, got this beautiful milling here. Pattern number, Emerson design. This is an MXG gear deep carry pocket clip. Titanium handles, and you have this sort of, it is like a frame lock, but it's also kind of like a liner lock. It's like, which is the stronger element here, the scale or the liner? And I would say the liner. I like the way the liners sit proud of the scale and how the scales are chamfered to match the chamfering of the proud liners there. So proud. We're so proud of you. And this jimping here is really nice, quite usable. Sorry for the dirty hands. Just been working in the shop on a telework day here. And you got that beautiful swedge, beautifully ground blade, and everything about this. I love this knife. And to me, it sits on the shelf with, it's kind of like your Sebenza. It's kind of like your XM18. It's kind of like your Spartan Harzy folder. To me, it kind of fits in that sort of simple, strong, handsome folder category. I know some of those other ones that I named get more attention and are more fastidiously built and such, but or may have better materials. I don't know. These are some pretty good materials, but this to me sits in that category. Let me show you. Like a Sebenza 21. Classic, simple, very much going to get the job done, but classy. You could make it menacing if you needed to, but it doesn't have that inherent menace of something like, say, that. Okay. Let's see here. Here it is with a Spartan Harzy folder. It's smaller, but same thing. Like in terms of what it evokes in me. This has much thicker slabs of titanium for handles, so it has a different feel, but still it has that same simple, solid design sense to it. And here it is with a VSEP, another knife in this sort of category that I'm sort of spontaneously creating. The simple, stout, classy, could wear it with a suit, could wear it in your Carhartts kind of knife. XM18, also a knife that fits in that category. This one also wearing special micarta handles that I had made, I think by RC Blade Works. Excuse me again. And then this blade reground by Razor Edge Knife. Razor Edge Knives. Look at that. Incredible job he did. My gosh. Love this knife. Same size category, same sort of overall purpose. And since we're doing this, and this is just fun to do, let me do two more. Let's see. Here it is with a Strider XMF. So kind of a different, but again, kind of in the same category. Very different knife to look at it, of course. Very different knife, but still simple, hard use, classic. And one more, and this one is an Emerson, and not an Emerson you usually see. This is SOCFK-A. I'm not even gonna, I don't know, SOCFA. This stands for Special Operations Combat Folding Knife A, and I think the B version, I know the B version is a Tanto. So I wanted to bring an Emerson in here, and this is the sort of simplest Emerson I have in my sub collection here. And I would say blade shape most similar, though I do have a number of clip points from Emerson in the 13 and the Appalachian. Those are much more extreme clips there, so I thought that'd be a good I wish I actually had an Emerson Viper to compare this to, but if I did, then I might not have this one in the first place. So let me know what you think. about the 0640. Have you been getting ZTs? This one I've had for quite a while, since it came out, but it occurred to me how much I lean on it. I really like this knife, and I find it goes in my pocket uncelebrated somewhat frequently. By the way, great action on washers, just gorgeously smooth action on washers. You've got the thumb stud here. Really just smooth hydraulic action. And then, like many Emerson designs, it is an incidental front flipper. I know that's not the intention, but once you break this knife in, it's really easy to front flip. So there you have it. You got that to look forward to. So this is the Emerson knives that Ernest Emerson designed, zero tolerance 0640, based on the Viper 3, a classic from Ernest Emerson. And this is a really great production knife, and I highly recommend it. If I don't know if they're still even making them. I hate to say it that way. I should have done that research, but also definitely well worth it on the secondary market. These things are stout and sleek, and just great knives. All right, thanks for watching.